presents the Tubcast.
No audio.
How about that? How about I got to remember to turn the audio
that
on?
Looks like that's
Yeah, it looks like it's loud.
really
Settle
loud.
down. It's fine.
Hey.
They fixed it. Everything's good in the neighborhood.
Cherry Coke.
Sorry. Hey,
Better. Jolliver says better.
applause.
Applause.
Yes.
Your iPad sucks.
Thank you.
It only took 30 tries, and we got the applause going.
There.
Yay.
You know what they say, 30th time's the charm.
That's it. We're starting it over.
Is that what they say?
That's not what they
We're going to do it again so we get it right. Just kidding. Just kidding. Here we are. Welcome.
But it's different. I want you to do it again.
It's not that different. It's not different. I just cut it short. So welcome to the
Cut you short. Just
the
cut
Tubcast.
Thank you.
You. I'm gonna cut you hard.
We are entering a new. I just realized I'm like not even in the shot, so we're gonna have to scoot that way a little bit.
Scoot that way a little bit.
I'm in
I
the
just
shot.
opened up my water, and I don't know if I had unsealed it before. That's kind of scary.
Jeremy, scoot down a little bit by Nate.
Yeah.
Just a little. All right.
It's because. Okay.
I know, because we moved the cameras. We've been doing a lot of housekeeping, a lot of
Yes.
work lately, getting ready for the new show, which you just saw. I mean, hopefully you all saw.
It's going to be
Saw that video?
Jeremy's magic show, actually.
No,
It's the
it's
new
not
show that we're
Jeremy's
doing.
magic
It's
show.
not. If you're doing that, you haven't
I'm out.
announced it to any of us.
Oh.
I'm out if that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah.
That show
Trevor must
that
have
show
heard
would get
about
canceled.
it early.
What? I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Our new show.
Magic.
I'm doing a magic show.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What is it gonna be like?
It's where I
just
stand
Jeremy
and,
throwing a
and
sheet in front of a
hide
camera.
and reappear and hide and reappear and hide.
Is it gonna have like
and reappear.
cool stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide and reappear.
Oh.
Ugh.
Yeah.
But what else are you gonna do?
I'm gonna hide and reappear.
No. It's the worst. Worst idea.
Okay.
But I mean, I kind of like it.
I don't know. I've heard worse ideas.
I mean, I'd like to see him hide, but then disappear. That'll be my favorite part.
I know, right? Yes. I've already got an audience for this.
Oh, that's
now.
true. If he just disappears, then he's just gone.
And then I hope he's a sucking magician and can't figure out how to reappear.
I don't know how to get back.
where will you be? Will you just be in some nether region?
Yeah, I'm never gonna reappear. I'm just gonna hide and disappear.
Nether
See,
region.
that's two of the same things.
Not nether region.
Nether regions.
That sounds like you're talking about the
Mom.
What?
What?
I don't know. I just thought it was a good place for your mom
Stop
joke.
talking about.
I'm gonna do a stand-up
Mom.
comedy too. Stand-up magic.
Oh.
Com magic.
Whoa.
I don't.
Yeah.
You're.
Comedy magic.
It sounds too communist for comedy.
That can be funny
Ugh.
in a very like strict authoritarian way.
Guys, did the
Come on,
show?
that was good.
Anyways, we're
good.
working on it. We're working on the new
If you
show.
have to tell yourself
It's
that.
gonna be live next week.
Yes.
We-
Wednesday.
We actually have a little promo I'd like to show y'all.
Yeah, show it.
So sit tight for about 15 seconds if you can.
Oh, Teddy.
Say, you ever hear of The Loop?
Oh, hold
It's a
on.
talk show about video games.
You don't got no sound.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm OBS updated. So here's some sausage making. OBS updated.
And now all of our
And
sounds
so,
are gone.
well, no, it works really well. It's just that it kind of
Jolliver says
doesn't
there was
work.
sound for them.
Oh, was there?
Why was this working last night? And
No,
now it's
would you
not?
stop, Kyle? It's working. It's just
Okay.
I did something wrong. It's not that it's not working. It's just that I forgot to monitor it. It's fine.
The term for that is user error.
Yeah, it's Eric error.
Eric error. Man.
is what I think it is.
Eric error.
Oh,
So it's fine. Just relax, Kyle, before you jump to
Say,
conclusions
you ever hear
about
the loop?
It's
a talk show about
or
video
that,
games.
so they can hear it, and that's
For
fine.
crying out
And now
loud,
we
I'm
can
not
hear
going
it
to
too.
watch, but you should. Now get out of here.
See? They
So
got to watch it.
That guy's not gonna. That guy's not gonna watch.
I like that old guy. So, so yeah, I don't think that old guy's gonna watch the loop.
Yeah, I think he's gone. He's stepped away for the moment.
Now I don't know. Another thing people haven't noticed is that the banner that just went across our heads is different. It's updated.
Yeah.
Now this part,
Nathan is no longer special.
this part's gonna be hard for some people to choke down, maybe. But
It's that sound that's hard
we
to
have
choke
some
down.
very exciting news.
Nathan is not a special guest.
Trevor has retired from the Tubcast.
That is
Everybody
true.
cheers. Applause.
Is that?
Applause.
I thought we weren't having the party until this weekend.
So he has better things to do on Thursday nights. No, actually, to be honest, Trevor will not be on Thursday night, but he will be on Wednesday night. So Nathan is taking a permanent position at the end of the desk, which will swap out.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
now,
He heard that. I heard that his current grandma he's dating is able to stay out late on Thursday nights.
Yes, she got her
So-
hip replaced that
Yeah,
had been bothering her, and now they can go roller skating.
I mean, she's got bingo on Monday nights, and cribbage on Tuesday nights, pinochle on Wednesday nights. So really, and then family likes to visit on the weekends. So Thursday nights was really his only good date night.
Jolliver says, "Well, thanks guys. I'll turn off the Patreon now."
Yeah. So that's fine. I'm sorry if that makes you sad to lose Trevor, but
You'll gain more Trevor.
actually, yeah, because
on
of
Wednesday
this,
nights.
you'll get more Trevor. But also, Trevor's working on a YouTube series that's going to go on Minute Tub.
Yeah.
Yep.
Called Trev Talks.
Trev Talks.
Kind of like TED Talks.
But they're from Trev.
So he's going to be working on those, and his goal is to release one every 2 weeks, where he'll kind of talk about video games and things that he's
So you
into.
got to harass him.
So he'll probably be talking a lot of Star Citizen there.
Do you like a sweet tart?
But what I am,
Sure.
if I could talk
Would you
without
like a
you
sweet
guys
tart, Eric?
talking about, no, I don't want a stupid sweet tart.
Hey, we're having fun here.
I'm
all right?
not having fun. I'm just trying to get all this boring stuff out of the way so
Just
we
a
can
minute.
start the show.
Do you want
Pipers wants one.
No one can see that.
Do you want an intelligent sweet tart?
No. So
Trev Talks.
yeah, Trev Talks. I just wish I just getting derailed, by your stupid candy. So that's all. I'm sorry, but it's okay. I can't. I have a one-track mind, and then you put candy in front of me, and I lost my train of thought.
Did
It's
you want
my
some to
fault.
help? Like it's like
No,
when you sing a song
it's
to get it out of your head.
It's
just
mine. No.
eat the candy.
Anyways, yeah. So real quick, if you're just to explain what we're doing, this is primarily for audio listeners too. Just because it's important for them. If you're listening to the Tubcast, what we're doing is the formats are changing just a little bit. We're going to 2 podcast formats technically. So we're getting the Loop on Wednesday nights and the Tubcast on Thursday nights. Now, Tubcast won't change too much other than obviously the loss of Trevor, rest in peace. But
Well, and Nathan's out of the box.
but Nathan's out of the box. Nathan's
We
a
don't
real
have a TV
boy
anymore.
And what will happen then is the Tubcast will be a little bit shorter than it usually is. But we're not going to cover any gaming news on the
After
Tubcast.
tonight.
After tonight. Tonight will be the last night that we talk about video games as like pretty much ever again on the Tubcast. I mean, it might come up again and like
Let's say there may be important things.
there might be stuff that comes up or news that breaks the day of and we need to talk about it or something like that. There's going to be moments where we will, but for the most part, yeah. So the Loop is going to be all video game focused. So it is going to give us a time to just kind of break down video games and talk about them a lot more than we normally do. And the problem is when we did that on the Tubcast, our fans of just our normal banter and normal stories would complain and be like, well, I would watch your show, but one, it's too long and you talk about video games too much. And that was a lot of the feedback we got. And so this is why we're changing the formats to where if you still want like over 2 hours of podcasts a week. Download, if you get it on iTunes or something, download both. Subscribe to both podcasts. But if you are the person that's like, I don't want to hear you guys talk about weird news and whatever else, I just want video games. You can listen to that, or vice versa. So
we know you want to watch it all.
but yeah, you probably want to watch it all. And this is just kind of why I'm trying to help explain why we're doing this. And hopefully what it means is that you get 2 a little more tighter shows, and we just, things will be good. Everybody will be happy. And one more thing I want to address before we move on. I know there's been also some concern about game streams. Game streams aren't going away. We're just going to implement them in different ways. They're going to be more sporadic throughout the week. They could be on a Friday morning. They could be on a Friday evening. They could be on a Monday. They could be, any time of the week.
Right.
Like, so what we're going to do there is us individually will be able to stream. Maybe it'll be a surprise. Maybe there'll be a couple of us. But I know Kyle's planning on doing some Jackbox. I might do some Jackbox sometime just to bring it back for old time's sake.
Might do some Minecraft. We'll see. I'm still trying to get my rig set. So
I'll obviously play some PUBG.
So we'll all be kind of doing that supplementary, I guess.
Supplementary.
So be on the lookout for those streams. I think this is going to be really good. We're really excited about it. The loop is hopefully going to be something you guys enjoy.
That you want to stay in.
I know we're excited to do it and get a chance to talk about games without feeling guilty about boring Nathan and also about not boring our audience that doesn't care about video games.
That's you.
Right.
But maybe not them. If they're on Twitch, they probably care about video games.
L. Mitchell Ramsey says, I'm against everyone being happy. Someone suffer with me.
I know. I'm sorry. Anyways, I'm done talking. I'll stop now. I just wanted to
You
get
won't
all
stop.
that.
You'll just move on.
Well, I mean, I'm done talking about that.
Progress.
The intro?
Yeah, hit the intro.
Okay, all right, here we go. All right, I'm not sitting through all that.
You're still late.
Hey!
So what's everybody been doing? Oh, never mind. Destiny came out. No, I'm just kidding.
I haven't even touched it yet.
You touched it.
Well, I touched it.
Jeremy's
physically put
freaking touched
in.
it.
Only
Holy
what are you
crap.
talking about?
Holy crap.
I'm nowhere near as far as I was in the first Destiny after 2 days
Holy
of
crap.
play. I didn't play it all today.
Holy crap.
No, I did a
How
little.
far are you?
I don't know. Well, how far am I?
I got the disc
You
installed.
seem to know.
I got
Let
the
me
disc
check the
installed,
app.
guys.
I'm
doing great.
I'm not looking at hours, Jeremy. I don't know what your hours are, but I know that your level,
Well,
like your
that's 'cause
power
I have
level,
hot
jumped
tips.
up huge.
What's your
'Cause I have
power
hot
level?
tips.
Because you have hot tips, like
Yeah.
because I was like I'm at like 35 after playing for a couple. Like I don't know.
Oh, 35
Wait.
light?
no, your power level.
That's your light level.
Yeah, it's not called that anymore. It's called power level. So I was like,
Yeah, get it together, man.
I was there.
You start with 100 if you use your old game character, but then it drops to
Yeah, but I didn't.
I'm not going to share any tips
Are you
today.
saving that for next week?
Well, you told I don't know. I thought that's what this no spoilers thing is.
So, I
what no spoilers thing?
How is
I
this
don't know
a
what that line
spoiler?
is, Kyle. You'll have
That's
to
for
look at
that's
it.
for Game of Thrones.
Well-
That's what GOT is.
Not yeah.
Got
not-
thoughts. That's what it
Well,
says.
I'm sorry I didn't capitalize letters, Jeremy. I should have. I
Um,
apologize.
What's the S stand for?
Trevor?
Never mind.
But that's the. But anyways, I just noticed that you had like 150
How does
some
it tell
power
me?
level already, and I was like,
No,
"What
I
in the
think-
world
I
have
think
you been
I'm
doing?"
Closer to 180.
No, you were at 150, unless you played more before the.
I'm
on
gonna
earth?
find out.
I'm gonna be completely lost once I start again, aren't I?
And I was just like, I don't know. I just thought, man, he must be playing forever. Where's he find the time? 'Cause
Trevor
was
and I
with
played
you
together
last
the
time.
other day.
You did, huh?
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Like a team, fire team.
I feel like that's not an adequate explanation.
I felt like we were missing half of the players we would like to play with.
Half?
Well, I know it's
You can
a
only
fire
do
team of
three.
3 unless you're in a strike. I mean,
Yeah.
but, you know,
So
but no,
I just you guys.
Crucible's
So
kind
I
of
got
screwed up.
got the game, and you guys aren't gonna.
Don't
aren't
worry,
gonna play with
Crucible
me, huh?
sucks.
Me and Kyle and you and I can just play
All right.
together if Jeremy
that
and
is
Trevor
correct,
want to
Kyle.
play.
I will not be playing with you.
Thanks, Nathan.
You're welcome.
Kuipers, you keep looking behind you and looking
Yeah.
scared.
What's-
Is everything okay?
What's back there, Kuipers?
I heard noises.
I keep
See, no, but I mean, being afraid of something sneaking up on you when you have headphones on.
156, level 16. So
I
there
told
is
you 150.
Okay.
there's
something.
levels, and then there's your light level. I was right.
It's a power level.
Oh, he was
No,
right. No, he's right.
It's
He's
a
right.
light level.
Where does it say light at?
It is a light level.
It's not. They changed the name of it.
Shut up.
It's called power something, power level. Or
I'm only on my second of 3 subclasses though.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
I
How,
don't even understand.
But I've unlocked the third
this.
subclass. So there's
Kyle? You
that.
don't understand most things.
So
I
it says
know.
I'm level 16, and then there's a little star
Your
icon.
pow-
156.
The power level.
Yeah, your power, whatever.
Okay.
So, but I'm just saying, you jumped up there really, really fast. So I
Yeah.
assumed you'd been playing for like
I guess.
8 hours already. But I don't know.
No,
Nathan, stop
not-
shaming us for talking video games
I
on the
don't
last regular
think-
Tubcast.
Jolliver told me to provide my own source of entertainment when you guys did this.
Normally, you like put your own headphones into your computer and you do other
Jer-
kind of stuff.
Jeremy, Eric shamed me when I did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, more than once.
We don't want him to do that anymore.
That's
Oh,
good.
Okay.
Uh,
Anyway, no, it's a fun game. We'll talk
So-
about it next week. Hot tips.
You're not gonna get. So you don't want to like give.
He's like, no, I'm not going to give
Do you
away any of
want me
that
to
secret
give any
sauce.
away now? I mean, that's kind of defeating the purpose.
Hey, Jeremy, will this help?
You're gonna try to make
What
it
were you
work,
doing?
aren't you?
What were you doing?
He's gonna do something.
Oh wait.
He's trying to
You
figure it
didn't-
out.
You didn't get it loaded in, did you?
I thought I did. Oh well.
Oh well.
Anyways.
He is gonna do.
Guess we won't
a
get a
little
hot tip
micro
from-
intro.
So you don't want to like give us like a little something though?
Well,
Like, just a little.
sure. I'll give you a little something, but this is if you played the first one, you should understand this. But it's very
Okay.
important for new players. Okay, don't spend your glimmer
Ever?
for until at least level 20. Don't spend your glimmer. I'm not joking.
Why?
Why? Because it's a waste. You will find better weapons consistently in the play area than you will buying anything under level 20 from the vendors. And you waste your glimmer, you'll regret it later because you need your glimmer for the big exotics and stuff like that. So hold on to your glimmer.
But I mean,
I'm serious, Kyle. I know you're gonna play the game
I
tomorrow.
Get it. I get
'cause
it.
you got- you
but
know,
it's
you're
like,
going
why?
to.
Well, who's gonna waste their? Why are you?
Don't
gonna,
waste your
who's
glimmer.
gonna be
People do it because they're like, I want this weapon that has 3 more power level than what I got now. It looks
That's-
cool. I
that's
want a
never-
rocket launcher. I want a
So,
shotgun.
okay.
I do want a rocket launcher.
Just
that
get
sounds
it in
awesome.
game. Get it in game. Don't
What do you mean get it in game? Do I have to do
get it from
microtransactions?
drops. No, you get it from drops. You could do
Oh,
microtransactions.
no.
They got the stupid silver thing back, but it's just to make your like suit like glimmer and stuff. It's not activated yet. Neither is clans. Did you notice that, Eric?
The clans.
I didn't notice that, but I hadn't really like got to that stuff yet. So
We're gonna have a clan.
Are we?
We already have an Xbox. What do you call
Group?
that? Group.
yeah, there is
So
an
if
Xbox
people want
group.
to join that, just look for the Men in the Tub group on
I think there's a
Xbox.
PlayStation
Jeremy,
one that
I-
someone created for
Yeah.
us too.
I'm about to give you your prompt
Oh,
to give us
ready?
some hot tips
Yeah.
on how you got that higher level. Okay.
do that again.
Are you ready? No. How'd you get to the higher level? Like, how'd you get to the higher thing so fast?
Fine.
yeah,
Okay.
here we go.
Get your oven mitts on. It's time for Jeremy's Hot Tips.
All right. There you go. There's your.
All right,
there's
guys.
your
So
intro.
playing Destiny.
That's a little sneak peek of the loop intro.
Oh,
although I
thought
think
you
the
wanted me to start. I
the
thought you wanted me
audio
to
listener.
talk.
I know, but I just realized the audio listeners didn't hear
Yeah, they
that
just heard the
because
tweet, tweet,
the
tweet,
monitor wasn't sound. And then so let's do it again.
Yeah, do it again. One more
ready?
time.
Ready? Here we
I
go.
was all prep.
We're professional.
Get your oven mitts on. It's time for Jeremy's Hot Tips.
All right, here we go, guys. Today we're talking Destiny 2. Just came out last week. I'm prepping for next week, by the
Yeah,
way. So,
no,
you know,
it's good.
You're
just
gonna
came
have to
out
give
last
us
week.
new
People have been
tips.
playing this game for about a week now.
let him have his-
There's a lot of Easter eggs in the game, okay, guys? There's no more ghosts inside your base level. There is some interesting things. You've got vendors now inside all the different worlds and areas. I'm telling you guys, too, the Azure guy, if you guys remember from the first Destiny, the Azure guy is nowhere to be found just yet. They actually say he's going to be hidden in different parts of the fighting. So keep an eye out for that. That's your hot tips with Jeremy.
But you didn't tell me how to get that. How you got that level so
Well,
high.
I don't do what you want me to do. That's
Oh.
my time to
But
do what I want to do.
Okay, well now tell me how you did that.
I grinded.
Oh, you found a loot cave.
No, there is no loot cave.
Yeah.
But you must have had. It takes time to grind.
I tell you what, I think it's because it's the first week, but there is a ton of public events. Just go into the world and do the public events consistently.
Oh, that's all
constantly.
you did?
Yeah.
And you got that high level.
Yeah, because I've
You
only
had to have
I've only
like,
played through 2
10
story
hours
missions, and that's
already.
it. And one of them was with Trevor.
Oh, okay.
So it's just from doing that, playing with.
Were you having trouble with your
players.
chair over there, Nathan?
Yes.
What happened?
My shoelace was caught in the wheel.
Oh,
Ow!
Your other chair didn't roll.
No.
Yeah.
he's not used
No,
to
that's
this.
true.
I was kind of hoping we wouldn't address it so it would be just a thing for the people watching right now.
I thought you guys had something planned, and he was gonna like stick something behind my back or something. I was really getting concerned. But-
Yeah, no, he didn't. So, no, but Destiny, I just want to say a couple things quick about it.
Let's hear 'em.
Can we please play as a group online this weekend, please? Sometime?
Maybe.
I mean, as a group, there's can only be 3
You
of
can only
us.
do
though.
3
Yeah,
unless
so
you're
at least-
doing one of those launch parties like you're talking about.
At least 3 of us.
So
It'll be you 3. I won't be there.
yeah. No, but I one thing I was really surprised with is that they kind of try to like dump a bunch of story on you like right away. Like it was like
Oh,
it
no,
was
no,
like
no.
Bungie's way of being like,
It
hey
keeps
guys.
going though. By the way.
Well, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've played it.
Okay.
You said you only played 2 story levels.
I
well,
did,
I
but-
played like 3 story
Well, you're probably
missions.
farther than me then.
No, I'm not really. I don't. 3.
I thought we were gonna do those
Oh, I've
together.
done 4.
No, I didn't. I actually didn't play 3. I was just. I
I
was
thought
just
we were
trying
gonna
to.
do them together. you know?
You were actually waiting. That's so sweet of you. Because I figured.
That's why I did it with Trevor.
I
You
figured
guys all waited so long
I
for
figured
me.
everybody blew past it, and I was left in the dust. Anyways,
You got Kyle.
Uh-huh.
it's
Kyle's in the dust.
I'll do them over again because that's part of the grind.
but the thing is that they really did like what's the kind of a cloak and daggers or no, not really. What's it when you show something like a sleight of hand or what's a good what's a Nathan? What am I looking for?
I don't know.
You know how like when they say, "Oh, here's one thing, but I'm actually giving you something else." Is that sleight of hand, or is that like
That can be sleight of hand.
or is I think that's not what I'm looking for because there's like a positive version of that, isn't it? Or not showing your hand. Anyways, they didn't show their hand. I don't know what we want to say.
They kept their cards
Close to their
close
tips.
to their
played it, played it
so-
close to the chest?
Yes.
chest.
So
The chassis.
when we played that beta, the way they kind of put those sections together was very deceiving because it like actually there's so much more story that happens in that first chunk of the game that is revealed to you after that part you play in the beta, and it doesn't go where the beta goes, and that's what I think kind of spun me for a loop, and I went, okay, this is actually like really good, and I really like this, and it's kind of something. The new social area is really kind of a flip on the flip
Better
the
than the
Citadel
Citadel?
on the head. Like it's
My-
just not what I would have thought.
Yeah, but I love it.
I do too. It's a really smart way.
My hot tips is
Doing-
going to be about that next week, so
Okay.
get ready for that. I
Get
already
ready,
have it,
folks.
I already have it figured out what I'm going to do.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Destiny it's more Destiny. And it's got a little more story. They try to, they do some stuff at the beginning that actually kind of makes you feel invested in this story where they did not have that before.
Yeah, the first one there wasn't
But-
really anything to invest you in except for Dinklage, and then they just ripped that away
I
from
know,
you.
I'm still bummed about it. There was a really good article on Waypoint about how they said the Ghost character is so absurd, and Peter Dinklage knew it, and that's why he gave the lines the way he did. And they kind of it's a whole article where they just justified his performance in the first Destiny, and it just came out like a week ago.
Can we start a petition?
No,
It won't
To
matter.
get
I'm
him-
sure there's been more.
no, but anyways,
Not that famous.
I like. I
just-
don't.
Yeah.
He is pretty famous.
I-
He's probably
No,
one of
we're
the,
not
Oh,
that famous to start a petition and get it to work.
I just want a Dinklage
you
ghost.
want your dink back in the
I
Destiny.
want some Dink back.
I want my dinkle back, dinkle back, dinkle back.
Dinkle.
But, anyways, it's I think it's better. It's a weird that they took a story that I didn't really care about in the first one and built on it in a way that kind of made me care about it now. And that's
Makes me wonder how much of the story this time around is actually from the original writing.
yeah, since it was so disjointed. I mean,
Yeah.
the development process was
How many-
kind of insane on that.
Have you
first
opened
game.
a couple of different areas already, Eric?
I just have Earth and
Okay.
the Crucible.
Oh, okay. I've opened up one more than that because I did that with Trevor, and they're a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be. I'm really impressed with the scale.
Well, even
of
Earth,
the,
I
of
like.
the open roam.
I like
kind
how
of area.
the Earth map, like at least where I was in the beginning, there's like more narrow corridors. You're like going through a city. It's like an old city or whatever. It's cool.
How many have they announced how many DLCs they're supposed to have?
Two right
Two official
now.
ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Those
So-
are the ones that you can
Are those
pre-buy.
supposed to be pricey like the other ones were for Destiny?
It was like $90 to get both of those included if you bought it now.
Oh,
It was
okay.
$100.
No, it's only 90.
Oh, that's if you got the entire package. Never mind.
If you pay the $100 one, which I get, I mean, the only thing you get is like a special, I don't know, digital gun or something.
You're saying if you buy the expansion pack separate.
No, there were three pre-order retail versions or digital versions.
Right.
There
Oh,
was
I
a
gotcha.
regular. There was the one with the expansions, and then there was like the $100 that was 90, and then there was a $100 one that had the expansions plus some stupid bonus content that didn't matter, and I paid $10 for it anyways.
So did I. But you're supposed to get
Nothing
a
from
special
it. Absolutely
elite
garbage.
sniper rifle
When?
after you hit level 20 because you can't use it until.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly it'll be waiting for you in the mailbox.
Yeah, but it seems really, really good. Oh, there's Trevor piping in the chat. Nobody cares, Trevor. You're not here.
Yeah.
I miss Trevor.
Look at him.
I miss Trevor.
Look at him piping.
I miss Trevor.
Talk about next week, Trevor.
He's piping so much he ought to be pied.
So where's
Wait, what?
The Pied Piper of Hamelin. It's a famous story.
I know. It didn't sound right. I don't know.
I know.
Don't you pipe
Uh-oh.
cakes, not pie?
but
I think he just
When do you
subbed,
pipe cakes?
You put piping on
and
the
I don't
cakes.
think
It's
we
part
got
of
a
the decoration.
notification.
Okay. I'll accept that.
oh,
You could pipe on a cream pie.
but it says it's working.
Would that be a cream pipe?
No, but it's piping on a cream
You guys
pie.
are
You
having
use
side
the cream
conversations.
to do the piping. I think ours is the primary conversation.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point where ours
So-
is the primary conversation.
Yeah, now you forced your way. Yes.
There was no other conversation happening. It was us. The whole way.
We were talking
commenting on-
about Trevor,
and I commented on his piping.
right?
Yeah,
And now we're talking about pies and pipes.
it's okay. We can divert.
Oh, so go ahead.
Uh,
Pipe the
yeah,
pie.
pipe-
we're- it's
the
done.
pie,
It's
fellas.
done.
No,
now
no,
the conversation is you
you-
guys saying
you
it's
killed
not
the-
the conversation.
You killed the pie.
You took over.
So Kyle, you have a creepy neighbor?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I was.
I think we feed off each other over here.
Yesterday morning when I was leaving for work, which is really early and it's dark again because the sun is not out as much anymore. So I work at 6 in the morning. So before 6, I'm taking out the garbage, and I look over at the neighbor's house, which I mean we've only lived there for like 6 months, and hey, there's something
Why didn't it work when they did it?
because it was Trevor.
Kibbles, subscribe. Thank you,
Hey,
Kibbles.
thanks,
Thank
Kibbles.
you, Trevor.
Thanks, Trevor.
Trevor subscribed.
Oh, that was all like 4 days ago, though. That didn't happen. I just did it now, so for the record.
Oh.
And this,
Remember, if you are using Amazon Prime as your subscribe model, you do have to do it every 30 days.
Okay, you only get one hot tips.
That's not a game hot tip. That's different.
anyways,
Creepy
yeah,
neighbor.
anyway, so like the house itself, it's one of those that doesn't have any of the siding on it. I think they're in the process of remodeling some stuff. But after I've taken out the stuff to the curb, I'm walking back to the garage to get into my car, and there is a child that's got to be like 10 years old or younger that's standing in front of the gate, like looking at me. At like 5:30 in the morning. It was super creepy. I wish that I wish that I was quicker on my feet when things like that happen.
So you could run and hide.
No, just so I could like say some kind of smart aleck remark or
so it was
something.
just a little kid
But
staring
Yeah,
at
it was like-
being
I
light
mean,
in your feet
how
means you
little?
can move
like
quickly. and
younger
be
than 10
agile.
years old.
Why was that creepy? Why?
Because it's just like why is a like an 8-year-old outside at 5:30 in the morning unsupervised?
You don't have kids, do you, Kyle?
I don't.
Kyle,
Kids get up really early.
Well,
in
I
the
understand that they
morning.
get up real early, but do your kids leave your house?
Kyle,
no.
some of my finest memories are going out at 5 in the morning unsupervised.
All right,
at
let's
8
hear
a.m.
them. Let's hear a story.
Well, you see,
I knew that this would be worthwhile.
Well, you see, there was this time that I went out and I petted the dog.
Aw.
And then I went
Is
back
it really
inside.
petted?
Okay.
Or
Well,
did
what
you
is the
just
past?
pet- did
Hey,
you just pet
Kuipers, can I have
the
a
dog?
Coke Zero?
Yeah, Kuipers. I want one too. I want 0.
So, I don't know. That is weird that he
it
doesn't
was,
have
I don't know.
supervision.
It was like that. It's just that weird, like kind of almost like I turned around, like I was in the middle of The Shining or something, and there's just a child that's just staring at me.
Please tell me that the moment you saw the child, you heard a.
In my
Thank you,
mind, I think I
Kuipers.
did.
Hey,
Thanks,
Kuipers.
Kuipers.
I need a drink.
That's so mean to wait.
Did you not see that I just guzzled it down intentionally?
That's so
No, his head was in the fridge getting us a beverage.
Not him, Eric. Thank you.
Anyways,
See, I'm polite to him.
that's
Yeah,
very
I don't
nice.
know. It was weird,
That
and
is creepy.
I wish I'd had something like smart to say. Like, I don't know.
Like
So-
what?
I don't know. Like,
Get off my lawn.
yeah,
No?
yeah,
I'm not
Kyle's saying he wishes he could be mean to kids on
I-
the fly.
yeah. At
Maybe
5:30
you
in the
shouldn't
morning.
Be a dad anytime soon.
Well, no,
Why?
being a dad, it's all about being mean to your kids.
Yeah,
right?
you
Yeah,
gotta
but
be
your
mean to your
kids, not
kids.
other people's.
Oh, yeah, but
That's getting crotchety.
Well, other people's kids are mean to me sometimes. Like
that's not true.
my nephews.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that's true. I remember that
Um,
time that some kids beat you up and took your lunch money.
Yeah, that did happen.
last week.
So,
No, it wasn't last week. It was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
is that Jay Oliver's talking about the resubscribe thing. What are you referring to? The alert?
Yeah.
Did he not?
Were
did
you
you not
annoyed
like
by
it?
it?
Did it bother you?
No, just that he has to resubscribe every month.
Because of Prime, I think. That's just what he was complaining about.
Oh, okay. Kyle, you wanted to talk about the Game of Thrones thing. How are you going to do that without spoiling it?
Well, I don't know. It was kind of the reaction that people have had. I've heard some people that are not as happy with it this season.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't understand it. Like, I don't want to talk about any specifics, but people, I don't know. I've heard people complaining about how it's moving too fast now, and like instead of it taking forever for things to happen, and it's just like, well, when they announced that there was only going to be 2 seasons left of this show, and like a total of what, 12 or 14 episodes,
6.
Well, 6
Well,
on the next season.
yeah, 6 in the next season, but when they announced that there would be 2 more seasons, it was like 13 episodes total.
I was just happy I knew
So,
something about the show.
you did know something. Good,
Good job, Jeremy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like everybody knew that things were going to move in the direction that they have. Like, it's not something that they've hidden from you from the beginning of the show. Like, they kind of put that out there that that there was this northern threat within like the first 5 minutes of the first episode. So you knew that stuff was gonna. I don't know. It's just weird to me that people
You're saying
are getting.
accurate foreshadowing.
Yeah, like it's.
You could even call it a weather forecast, because winter did indeed come.
It did come. Yeah, it's an accurate
Ooh,
forecast
I would say that was
on
a really
the tens.
good line, but I don't know what it means.
But it's, yeah.
I don't know, because
I thought it was
you've
really
liked
good.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I loved it, and I think some people. I heard somebody say that because they've run out of the actual source material and they're now ahead of the books, that now they don't have as much detail and it's showing. But I don't think that's the case. Like, it's because they don't have as many episodes to finish and keep going. Sure, there's not as much detail that they can grab.
I think it's just that. I mean, I don't know. It's changed. One of the complaints I've heard is this too fast. One of the complaints I've
Yep.
heard is it's been too happy. Like not enough bad things happen to characters.
Oh, boo!
And another thing, and I'm hearing this stuff, and it's like, okay, those are both right. They're both. It is faster. Not as many bad things have been happening, but it's like when we've been punished for 5 seasons of watching beloved characters get murdered in really gruesome and twisted ways, unimaginable ways.
Right.
You're like, well, this is kind of a relief, but the twist at the end, it may not have been like someone died, but it's big enough to
Yeah.
ruin a lot.
Yeah.
Talk
There's
about-
a lot of bad
There's
stuff that's going to happen,
That
I'm sure.
situation between two characters, that's going to get awkward real soon, real fast. So yeah,
I know what it is.
Or is it? Maybe it won't get awkward.
yeah, just like they tell John, and he's just like,
I'm okay with this.
Oh man. Anyway,
Next season on Game of Bones.
No,
I wanted to say something about that because I've heard a couple different things that I've listened to in the last week and a half talking about after everything was done and like just I didn't like it as much. No, why?
it was one of the most epic seasons of Game of Thrones. So
And
many. I mean, last season was really good. But
Yeah.
there are so many. Like there were just so many moments and so many big set pieces that were actually really enjoyable.
And things that everything has been leading up to, like that you've been wanting to happen. Like you've wanted to have these interactions with certain characters.
Just
or
seeing them meet up, some of
Yeah.
the family get reunited. Man, there's that ending with between the sisters was so
Woo.
good. Like, anyways. It's hard to talk about this show without spoiling it for people, so I don't want to do that. But it's quite. I think this last season was really good.
I liked it.
Maybe
a
it
lot.
was a little fan friendly. Like, but why not? Why not? Why can't fans of something enjoy the thing that they like?
Yeah.
Who
Why do
cares?
we have to hate it?
And I think it's
Or-
there are so
or
many
feel
lines.
tortured
There
while
have
we're
been so
watching
many
it.
lines from Jon Snow this last season though that just made me go like, I feel like he's quoting scripture or something. They're so like epic and just like the way he talks to Daenerys about taking on King's Landing and stuff. And there's that one quote. I don't even want to try to say it because I would just butcher it. But the way he
there's this thing that we need to do, and we should do it well.
Just the way he kind of says, "Well, like, what kind
How
of
is that?
what
Was
kind
that
of
good?
ruler do you want to be?" Like,
oh right,
you
right,
just
right,
want to
right.
go. You want to be like everybody else and go burn all these people to death and like burn these villages and burn, Oh, and it's just the way he said it, the way they write it, and his character is so nuanced and just direct yet calm, and I don't know. It's really well written. I enjoyed it a lot.
Mitchell Ramsey wants to know if the reason most people like it less is because there's fewer lady parts than previous seasons.
Maybe.
I mean, I feel like that was always. I think that they maybe pivoted from that a little bit because that was becoming kind of a goofy trope of the show. Like SNL is making fun of it. Like other things, like it's just dongs and boobs. Like, and that's kind of a thing where I think they were like, maybe they realized, hey, yeah, maybe it's a little much. But also, I think the story in this season, it just didn't lean into that. Like that stuff wasn't as crucial in the story.
And
like,
honestly, there's just as much story that's been told. It's taken out a lot of filler like conversations at times.
It did feel a little cheap sometimes when it was like, oh, holy cow, how did he make it across this whole plate?
Right.
Like, how did he get to this point? Like this, if this globe is like must be really tiny.
Time's
Like
just
this world is.
Time's just taking by faster. We're just not
He
seeing all the interactions
He
on the
traveled
road.
by map.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did the Muppet travel thing.
Yeah.
And
But I mean, let's be honest. We're talking about winter that lasts for what, 80 years or something?
Yeah.
So
I think it's good. Whatever. People can do what they like. Do what they want. If they want to hate something, that's fine. Go for it.
L. Mitchell Ramsey says he liked it more. I would agree. I think that it was one of the best seasons.
I think the last two seasons have been my favorite. Like
Yeah.
I really liked the last season. I like seeing John kind of grow into his power in like this weird reluctant way, and then just the way this it's so good. Anyways, can't talk about that anymore. We got to stop. We should go to the news on the internets.
Let's do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's time for the only news stories worth talking about.
Thanks, kids. Thank you.
All right, this next story comes from Rock Paper Shotgun, and it says that GTA Online now has a Battle Royale mode. Is it a Royale with cheese?
It's a Royale with cheese.
We're still doing updates to Grand Theft?
Yeah, online still is
the online's like a...
It still is a
ever-evolving
massive game that people are playing.
Have
and
they enlarged the map?
I don't think
know. I
that
doubt
they've
it.
enlarged the map.
Oh.
No, but
More game.
they
I do
just-
want to try this though. This looks like it could be kind of fun.
yeah, they keep dropping in online events and things, and this is called Motor Wars. And it sounds very, very familiar. It's got some armored jeeps. I know you said that you saw Trevor was playing this, which makes sense because he just.
I don't know
loves
that
them
he was playing
Jeeps.
this, but he was.
Oh,
playing
I'm sure he was.
GTA. I saw.
I'm sure he
GTA.
was. But here's the description that was given in the update notes about this Motor Wars, and let's just listen, see if it sounds familiar. This brutal adversary mode is a deadly scavenger hunt where second place is not an option. Up to 4 teams parachute into a periodically shrinking kill box strewn with a lethal assortment of guns, explosives, and weaponized vehicles. Work together, find a vehicle, and fight opposing teams and the shrinking map to survive and win.
Okay, I think it's 12th Night.
You're right. How did you know that?
I read my Shakespeare, man.
Oh, okay.
Trevor says from the chat, since he's not here physically, that the map is the same.
You should
but
just
there's
say someone from the
yeah.
chat.
T Baloney Dog G says the map is the same, but there's ton more to do now. He wasn't
also
playing that
chimed in.
mode, but he was playing a little bit. I heard that it actually does the same thing where the map kind of constricts on you. You parachute into the area, so it's very PUBG.
But it's car centric.
It is, but you can still get out and shoot.
They have
dudes.
planes and
Because
helicopters
you have to,
too, right?
you
Yeah.
have to grand theft something.
Yeah. But the cars look awesome, like those like kind of not
Yeah.
quite Mad Max, but like these kind of like battle rigged vehicles. It looks cool.
I think
So-
there's a video.
Oh yeah, thank you,
You
Jeremy.
did get a video.
I should remember things that I don't remember. You know, sometimes it's hard when you
It's okay.
when you do stuff, but I can do stuff good. Let's watch a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I could do
But
good.
so it's gonna be. It's very like it's very PUBG ish.
It's not playing, Eric.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it's there. Oh,
There.
now it's playing.
I don't know why I wouldn't play. So
That
yeah,
guy
as you can
looked
see,
cool.
it looks like he's kind of like there are
Like you have to recruit a team or something, right?
it's
Well, this looks like this is a
This is
different.
Smuggler's
this
Run.
is for
Why-
Smuggler's Run.
Oh.
yeah. Why are we
I
watching
don't
this?
know. I don't know.
But I think that is something that was
still
new
shows
that
you some
just
gameplay, I guess.
came out recently.
Fire the guy who
Um,
did this video.
You're fired.
You're fired.
But
Anyway,
So yeah, you
get some
can you can fly planes that are cooler now, too.
so,
You
Cool.
can shoot the guy in the back of the head.
you can do that. Anyways,
That's what Grand Theft Auto is all about. Shooting people in the head.
Anyways, let's go to the next story. Next story is from Mashable.com. It says, finally, Nintendo acknowledges that Mario is no longer a plumber. Occupation changed.
Yeah, there's been this
Changing.
opinion that he is a Mario who is a plumber.
Changes.
I don't know. I lost. I wasn't with you guys. I apologize.
You don't know
right.
the song very well.
So it's just that they're acknowledging he's not just a plumber,
Well,
really,
no-
right?
No, I
Trevor
can
says
finish it.
Trevor says the PUBG mode is part of Smuggler's Run, so the video was accurate.
There you go.
Okay. Good. Thank you for that fact check for us.
Don't fire the guy who made that.
Yeah, so in a recent Mario profile, Nintendo's Japanese website has now clarified what Mario's work has actually been. He was a plumber a long time ago. He is no longer a current plumber, which is probably why he's out partying and doing all the things that he does.
He retired from plumbing.
Yeah, they said all around sporty, whether it's tennis or baseball, soccer or car racing, he, being Mario, does everything cool. As a matter of fact, he also seemed to have worked as a plumber a long time ago.
Yeah, that's the official.
That's the official thing.
Long time ago.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I've seen other mashups that people have done saying,
I mean,
you know, all the different. He's had like 100 different jobs.
yeah.
So yeah, they said that a big part of it was that it was kind of an idea that people came up with based on the environment he was in, with like Donkey Kong and some of the stuff. That at one point, I guess he was
That was his
considered
first
basically
entry,
a
though.
carpenter named Jumpman in Donkey Kong.
That was
but
his first job.
That was his first job. Yeah.
Correct.
So then he apparently became a plumber at some point as well. They said that I don't know. That doesn't. Then they talked about Luigi in this too, but
Do they mention him spending time in the military, possibly during the Vietnam War?
He was, but they didn't mention it in this article.
Where was that in canon?
Well, there is no official Mario canon, but
There is a Mario canon. I've heard of it before.
But in the Game and Watch game Mario's Bombs Away, he is in military gear in a jungle scenario, so people have speculated that it's Vietnam.
Yeah, I almost put the video or I put this together. I almost put the picture of him, but he's in all green, which makes it a little weird.
Well, why didn't
But-
you?
Because I didn't put that one in there.
It wasn't colorful enough.
Also,
anyway.
I'm pretty sure there is an actual Mario cannon. There are plenty of cannons you can find in the video game, shooting various objects.
Well, yes.
But you suck. It's an actual Mario game.
Not very nice.
It is, though.
It's not very nice, Kyle.
Well, it needed to be said,
Why
all
would
right?
you do
It
that to
needed to be said.
Kuipers?
Because he's Kuipers, all right?
Aw,
So this is
deserved it.
it's an official Nintendo game, so it's got to be real. Part of the canon, anyway.
Well,
I guess.
Can anyone name all the different games that are at least, or not just games, but
yeah, I can
things
name
that-
it all.
Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Mario, Super Mario Brothers,
Cowboy
original,
Mario.
no, that's
No,
not.
no.
not
Stop
No,
it.
it's Cowboy
Stop it.
Mario.
Shut up,
It was a
Kyle.
hidden secret
I was
level.
trying to win the game.
Okay, I can do this.
I'm doing it.
I am doing.
I-
Two of them aren't fair because they're from the same one.
Yeah, two of them, the plane and the little submarine, are from the Mario on the Game Boy, the Super
I thought
Mario
it was
Land.
3DS.
No, it's on the
Super
original,
Mario Land.
on the Game Boy.
Yep.
Yes.
And then there's Mario Odyssey there in the middle, the new one that's coming out in October. The cowboy is from the cartoon series.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
and
Do you remember the name of that?
The Super Mario Brothers
show.
Super Show.
Super Show,
Yeah,
yep.
and that's the one that had the live action characters at the beginning, and then they'd go animated.
Yeah.
And then the baker is from
That's
the
not
puzzle.
Mario.
Is from the puzzle game.
That's a redheaded guy.
I think that's Yoshi's Cookie.
Yeah, Yoshi's Cookie. That's right.
And then you missed the big one in the middle.
No, I didn't. I said that's from Mario Maker.
Oh, okay. Then you missed the one
Mario
that's part of
Odyssey.
the background.
I said the original Mario
Oh,
Brothers.
you did
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Come
Oh,
on,
that's not from
Jeremy.
Mario Brothers. That's from Super Mario Brothers.
Well,
And
the
Mario
original
Brothers,
Super Mario.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the original
okay.
Mario
Right.
Brothers. is
Mario Brothers came first.
Come on, guys, get it together.
Anyways, the Super Mario Brothers.
The Super Mario Brothers.
All right, next story comes from uprocks.com, and it says Indy Jones 5 won't invite back Shia LaBeouf to reprise the role from Crystal Skull.
Yeah, it's not so much of a surprise.
No.
Especially given the fact that he's kind of fallen off the planet as far as somebody that was in movies that a lot of people would go to.
That's because he messed his life up pretty
yeah,
bad.
he's
didn't
had
he?
a lot of off-camera issues. So that's a big part of it. They said in a story in Entertainment Weekly that Harrison Ford plays Indiana Jones. That I can certainly say. Screenwriter David is it Koepp? Koepp? I don't know.
That guy.
Koepp. That's how I'm going to say it. Who has penned the script for the fifth film in the storied Indiana Jones franchise. He said, and the Shia LaBeouf character is not in the film. So Indy's son disappears. He's not going to be a part of this. And I don't know. Like some of it, there's speculation in this that, you know, with Entertainment Weekly added that it may have had something to do with the fact that Shia LaBeouf said that it wasn't that great a film, and that they dropped the ball on the legacy that people loved and cherished, and then Harrison
He criticized the last one, is what you're saying.
right,
Yeah.
that was in an interview in 2010 with the Los Angeles Times, and then he also said on record that Harrison Ford wasn't happy with the film either. And then Harrison Ford later called him a fretting idiot.
That sounds like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, which they said it was hard to tell if he was actually upset about the comments or if he was just being Harrison Ford.
Is it weird that I can kind of like see him
Get off my
in character saying that?
Right.
I'm just imagining Harrison Ford now as Clint Eastwood's character in Gran Torino. Get
Yeah.
off my porch.
Teddy blames religion for it. Says he became Christian and his career fell apart. I think his career was falling apart before he became.
Yeah, that was because that was supposed to have
quote-unquote
happened during Fury, that movie with Brad Pitt, and that
Yeah.
was there were a lot of steps that he took that
So he wasn't
sabotaged
brought into
himself.
Scientology, or
I don't know, maybe.
I will say though, it's not really that big a deal that Shia LaBeouf's character wouldn't be in it. It's
true.
The series really doesn't have that many recurring characters.
Yeah.
That's true.
Uh,
And who
Lady
cares if
interest.
his? I mean,
I can't think of her name.
Marion?
honestly, it wouldn't
her.
it wouldn't surprise me if down the road they recast the character of Indiana Jones' son for future movies to then take the mantle after Harrison Ford is no
See, I
longer
think
doing
he's
them.
going to have a secret love child that he wasn't aware he was the father of.
Well, that's
And then,
that's what he was.
no, another one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a totally different story.
very original.
I will say though, I don't think they should act like the fourth movie didn't exist. If they don't want to directly acknowledge it, that's fine, but don't just
Because of aliens?
just
Oh.
because people don't like that movie in general.
Because of aliens?
Yes, partially
That's
because
a
of
big
aliens.
part of it. Yes.
That's
But-
what I didn't like about it.
And Eric didn't like the swinging ropes.
Oh, I hated
A lot
the
of
monkey
people
scene.
hated because he was
swinging
like
with the
swinging
monkeys.
with the monkeys,
Oh, I
right?
hated that part. Oh,
Yeah, honestly, I think that and the
made me so angry. I
that
don't know
and
why.
But we
that
should
and
be
the
mad at the
refrigerator.
directors, right?
What's that say about me that made me angry?
It's funny because I think that and the refrigerator probably upset people more than the alien thing did.
I mean, the
About that
refrigerator.
movie.
I thought the refrigerator thing was actually kind of a fun
I did too.
idea. Trevor's not here to defend it. Trevor, this movie sucks. Indiana Jones 4 is like the worst movie ever. Haha, you can't say anything.
Oh, he's smiling.
I know, that's because he's getting triggered.
Oh, okay.
That's his trigger smile.
Yeah.
He likes
I mean,
that
do
movie?
not. I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best of the series, but
Did not enjoy.
I felt
Hashtag
like I had to
did
finish it because I liked the rest of
I
that
felt
one.
like I had to finish it because I was in the movie theater.
There you go. Learn from Nathan. You
I
can
could've-
walk out of movie
I know, but
theaters.
it's weird when you're with like your wife and another like a group of people and like
honey, I'm gonna go out and play some video games in the lobby.
yeah.
Find me when you're done. I'll be there.
Trevor agrees the swinging scene was by far the worst part. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I think it would be disingenuous to act like the fourth movie didn't happen in the fifth one.
But they
Yeah.
don't necessarily have to address anything either.
That's also what I'm saying.
But I mean,
But
what about
there's
the
very-
aliens?
They didn't address the other movies sequentially very much.
no,
Maybe
well, see,
references
what's gonna
of
happen-
prior trips or something.
No, see, here's what's going to happen in 5. He's going to find this newfangled spaceship that the Nazis have built, and he's going to steal it with this really, really, really big furry dog, and they're going to fly out into space to fight aliens and get and they're going to call it the Millennial Falcon.
The Millennial Falcon.
the Nazis built the spaceship.
Well, I mean, yeah, because you got to have Nazis in the movie in some way, shape, or form, right?
No, Temple of Doom didn't have Nazis.
Yeah.
Hey, Kuipers, can you
I
report back if I
suppose.
killed that fly or not?
I'm not seeing anything on the ground.
But,
okay.
but
Possibly
or
not.
flying.
But Kyle, your implication would go against canon because Han got the Millennium Falcon from Lando.
Well, maybe he runs into a nice gentleman named Lando later.
All right,
But-
this conversation is the dumbest conversation
but
I've ever heard
it
in
would
my
also
life.
be called the Millennial
Hey,
Falcon.
Eric, let's talk to each other and take over the primary conversation and say that they're
No,
having
I'm
trouble.
just going to call out
no,
this
we're
conversation.
just going to the next
No, I want to make one good point though before the
dumb
What,
conversation ends.
Kuipers?
Like technically, Star Wars did happen a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So they could have refound it and just letting this whole thing happen without Lando continuity.
Ah.
Because of timing.
All right.
Actually, it means it would still be in Lando continuity. It'd be post Lando.
The Lando of continuity. Yeah, Teddy says he doesn't understand why everyone makes a big deal about the alien thing. The other movies weren't believable either. You know, you were kind of right. I kind of hate all the Indiana Jones movies except for the first one. Yeah, I don't know.
You didn't like the Temple of Doom?
It's not my favorite. Is that the one with the little pipsqueak in it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the pipsqueak.
Don't.
Oh yeah.
You
That's,
didn't like
that's
the one
not
with
the
Sean
one that,
Connery?
That's the one I meant.
That's the third one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like that one either.
Oh, really?
No.
There was too much Bond.
This is intolerable.
They just bore me. I don't know why. But I think the third one or the fourth one is just so egregious in its atrocities towards mankind. The goodwill of their fans. No, I don't know. I like the idea of Indiana Jones a lot. I like it's maybe just because I like Harrison Ford. But
Yeah.
I mean, the first movie's really good. Right? Everybody can agree on that
Yeah.
for the most part.
I think it's first,
Mitchell-
third, second, fourth.
Mitchell's saying the big problem is that the first movie established the existence of Yahweh, so aliens trigger the heck out of them. So,
That's true.
I mean, maybe not though, because maybe Yahweh made the aliens too. I mean, maybe we could all coexist in this canon.
Well, it's
fine.
funny though because it's like before the fourth one came out, it seemed like generally the first and the third one were the favorites, and people didn't like the Temple of Doom as much. And I think some of it seems like it's because
Shortstop, was that his name?
Short Round.
Short Round. That's it.
It felt like there wasn't any like real big historical thing that he was hunting in that, as opposed to, the Ark of the Covenant in the first movie, and then the chalice that
Holy Grail.
Yeah, the Holy Grail. I mean, those were very big, well-known archaeological mysteries and whatnot. The second movie didn't really have that same thing, so I feel like
They
there
went
was a
after
little.
the Shankara stones.
Yeah, but I
The
don't.
Sean Connery stones?
Fortune and
That's
glory,
why he showed
kid.
up in the third movie.
They were like, we found the ultimate Sean Connery stones. 2 of them right between this guy's thighs. All right, let's go on to the next story here. This one is from Variety.com. It says William Friedkin on shooting a real exorcism. It was terrifying.
Yeah, so he is the director that shot The Exorcist in 1973.
Wow,
and
he shot him? That was mean.
shot him dead. No, I guess he has now done a documentary that was involving an actual exorcism, and it's a lot of this is an article, and I'm gonna lean on Nathan a bit.
All right,
with this.
so the documentary is about this particular priest, I think he is, and one of the things that they wanted to chronicle for the documentary was the fact that this priest performs exorcisms sometimes, and William Friedkin actually got a personal invitation to come record one, but he couldn't bring any crew or anyone else. He had to operate the camera himself, and it was in a small room, so he felt really claustrophobic, but he said it was a very unique experience. And what I found interesting was that the priest was actually a fan of Friedkin's The Exorcist, and that's how they got in contact.
Huh. So where's this footage?
I mean,
Can we watch it?
I don't believe the documentary has been released yet.
So he filmed a real exorcism,
And he
Yeah.
says it's awesome.
and he says it was scary.
No, he says it was terrifying. He said that, he basically says that it involved violent thrashing, foaming at the mouth, and screaming.
It was
Oh,
also
so like drugs.
it was also the ninth
Overdose.
time this individual had been exorcised.
Oh, so he's really good at it. Or bad
he's-
at it?
Probably really.
He's
bad
a
at
really
it.
good conduit for demon possession.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. That's. I mean, I want to watch the documentary, I guess, but maybe did the guy's head spin around, or did he puke?
I don't know if that
Split
actually
pea
happens
soup?
in any.
No reports of head spinning or pea soup.
Okay, good.
No pea soup.
No soup for you.
I'm glad there was no soup involved.
Yeah, that just doesn't sound tasty after that.
But there was also no reports of Friedkin's mother darning socks in hell.
Well, that's good.
Okay, let's move on. Next
Because her
story
feet were not cold.
is from Vice.com. It says, Rick from Rick and Morty prank called Joel Osteen's church.
Yeah, he was on a podcast this week.
Roland?
Roland was.
Okay.
And he...
Royland.
Yeah,
maybe.
Royland.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, it was YouTubers. They were bringing him onto their podcast to raise money for reconstruction of Houston in the tropical storm that just passed through there. They said that
They're not raising money for the storm.
Right, they're not raising it for the storm. It's for rebuilding Houston. And so they placed a phone call to Osteen's prayer line with basically Royland as Rick talking through and saying that he was going to he wanted to pray, but he had like $83,000 that he was wanting to pray through. And basically,
Did he actually talk to somebody?
Yeah, he talked to a lady there who began praying in tongues over him or something. There you go. I don't know if there's any language in this.
No. Oh, no. Osteen. Really? Anyways, that gives you a little idea of what it was going on.
Yeah.
That, it's funny because, the irony of it's got to be lost on this person who obviously has no clue context for who this character is.
Right.
Which, it's funnier for someone who does, but...
Well, they weren't super, direct about who Rick is either. To the person on the other line.
They said they didn't hear it. You guys didn't hear it?
Huh. They didn't... Oh! You guys didn't hear it?
Well, we enjoyed it.
Yes, we enjoyed it much.
Oh, no.
Now I'm curious why they didn't hear it.
Is it because it's... Oh.
Did we break something?
Did you hear it then?
Tell me to pray with you.
Now,
Hello, I have a
now they hear
prayer
it.
I need to get off my chest.
There's a sample. You got to hear some of it. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out. We changed some of our systems for the new show and then we kind of mirrored it over to the Tubcast, and I'm still trying to figure it out.
We're still working through some kinks.
Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, I like prank phone calls a lot, so that's great when you get a voice actor to actually do the prank phone call. That's even better. So
yes,
you can go to Vice.com or check out H3's podcast that they have up on YouTube, H3H3, and you can listen to it yourself
and laugh.
He's
praying Rick.
So the next story. Should we move on to another story?
Yeah,
How
let's
about
do
this
it.
one from the dailymail.com? What do you say about that?
I'll tell you what I say about that.
It says schoolgirl, that's what it's called. Schoolgirl has, I cannot say that very
Just
well.
say
together.
girl.
I don't understand why it says schoolgirl.
Why
to
does it
begin
have to be a
with, but
schoolgirl?
It's not like she was in school.
Maybe they're
when
trying to
this
hint
happened.
that she's younger. I don't know. A girl has legendary holiday after pulling 4-foot sword from Cornish Lake, where Arthur's Excalibur was thrown. Good job. She's named after a famous English queen.
That doesn't really make sense, that sentence. Good job, she's named after a famous English queen.
That must be British talk.
Must be.
Good job, she's named after a famous English queen.
Yes, good job, eh?
Good job indeed.
Pip pip.
It's saying that because she's
Cheerio.
worthy.
You bloody pukes.
Because she's of an elite class because of her naming, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
I
is
don't know.
this is a bogus story.
What?
This is staged. This has a I've got a suit of fur hidden in my trunk, and I'm really that guy that you thought was a Sasquatch written all over this. So
What do you mean?
Wait, what?
Are you ad-libbing to telling the story?
Kyle's inferring
Or
his own
you're putting
agenda
an
on
opinion
this.
on it before
yes,
telling us the story?
I'm saying that this is
Okay, I didn't know if that was you or the story saying that. So.
Yeah, that's right, because I read the story. I know what it
Well,
is.
you haven't told people the story.
I'm working on that. I'm setting it up because I think that this is staged. This is something that I don't think is real. This is supposed to be a lake that King Arthur threw Excalibur in. And this girl's just standing around in the water and happens to find a 4-foot-long sword
with her butterfly net.
with her butterfly net or something. I don't know. There wasn't a net mentioned in the article. She just is holding one in the one picture.
She was just standing around and looked down and was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, Dad, there's a sword." And he's like, "Oh, don't be silly." And then he looks over and is like, "Oh,
Yeah.
So
there
there
is
is.
a sword there. That's as tall as this girl is. And it's special because it was in the exact lake that Excalibur was supposed to have been thrown into, and because her name is the same name that a daughter of Henry I of the King of England. She had the same name there as well. So it seems like it's
So
one of those.
coincidences don't happen in your world.
No, because it usually anymore means that somebody staged something to get some attention.
But this is from the Daily Mail. That's totally realistic, like truth, like true media there.
It could be. So, anyways, what's the
Could
story? It's just that
That's the
that
story.
she just found it with her
Yeah.
net.
No, she's just
The
walking
net-
around.
the net is not relevant."
Oh, okay.
Right.
Sorry, the net came up and I was concerned.
Matilda Jones found a sword.
Yes.
It looks.
The
Is
jaws
I mean,
are
can't it
cool.
be like authenticated or?
Her parents speculate it's only been there for about 30 years, and it was probably a film prop.
Okay, that makes sense.
Well, that would totally
No,
make sense.
Yeah, that would definitely
So Kyle,
be.
see, it's probably true. It's just
Maybe.
not King Arthur's. It's
just
King
not
Arthur
King
from a
Arthur's.
movie.
Yeah, the story didn't say it was King Arthur's.
Well, it seemed to infer
Imply.
that maybe
Imply.
That there's
it maybe imply for
Maybe the story was dressed in fur though.
maybe
so
you read it wrong, kind of like,
it
good
implied
job.
it implied while
Yeah.
it was in fur. Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So
in the trunk
there.
of the car.
It inferred while it was implied.
So what I'm learning here today is that King Arthur is Sasquatch.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's
And
what I
Ness-
was.
And
That's what I was
Nessie.
trying to tell you.
and Nessie all in
King
one.
Arthur lives in a lake in Loch Ness. He's got a little submarine that looks like a dinosaur.
Wait, hold on.
and he
This is not in
no
Loch Ness.
he has a little submarine that looks like a dinosaur that he hides in, and then when he comes out, because he's got to go get food and stuff, he forages in a Sasquatch costume so no one can see him because he is King Arthur, and there's just all kinds of problems for
Kyle?
King
Oh,
Arthur in
and
today's
he doesn't want to
day
be
and age.
confused with the other king who had new clothes but was really naked, so that's why he's
Kyle.
wearing.
That was an emperor, not a king.
Yeah, he was an
Well,
emperor.
It's the story you want it to be.
Kyle, you should write a comic about this. About the King Arthur, the time
should.
traveler who has a submarine that
It's a
looks like
time
a dinosaur.
traveling
And really
submarine.
this-
It's a time traveling submarine.
Yeah,
so it
that's how he
shows up.
shows up here. Yeah.
Whenever Nessie is spotted, that just means that he shows up
Yeah.
at that period
That's
in time.
why we can't find him.
Yeah.
Right,
Yes.
because it keeps moving back and forth in time.
I mean,
But it always
understand.
happens because
Hopefully-
because time travel, you
Yeah.
always end
Nobody
up
knows
in the
how that
same
works.
same place that you started from.
No, technically you don't, because
okay.
time in your original.
All right, guys.
state
Hey, hold on,
continues.
Jeremy. I don't mean to interrupt you, but let's just stop before this goes any crazier, because people are confused now.
Oh,
We're
because you can't
confusing
leave
them.
time, or
The-
time
the-
doesn't stop. You leave time. Time continues.
Time is a flat plane. Okay,
Well,
I
te-
learned that
te-
from Matthew McConaughey.
Until it loops back,
No, it
and then
folds.
you
can
pound on the
fold it,
walls
but you
and
can
make the
fold
book
it.
Next
fall
story
off.
from VT.co. And
.uk.
says during sorry, I read that wrong. Woman pulls gun on shoppers during fight over school supplies in Walmart. Wow.
Yeah, things escalated really quickly.
How is this not in the 404?
I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a bunch of people that were trying to get their school stuff ready to go, and
Their supplies.
2 people happened to grab the same notebook at the same time, and it was the last one.
That's serious.
So there were 4 people that were involved in this, like 2 different mother-daughter sets, I believe.
Sets of mother-daughters.
Yeah, they got into a fight. Apparently, the one grabbed the other one's hair and was trying to pull it out. Next thing you know, somebody else is standing there and they've got their gun on them. And the cops were called. I don't know exactly. They said they don't know exactly what is going to be filed against or charged against them. But you can see in the picture here that there is a gun that's pointed at the lady that's in the middle of the picture.
So was the lady with the gun one of the 2 fighting women?
No, there were 4 people that were fighting.
But Jeremy's asking, was she the one?
4?
Was she interceding, or okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So she was part of the squabble.
So there were 2 residents that were aged 46 and 32, and they got into a fight with a mother, 52, and her 20-year-old daughter.
Here when you said mother-daughter pairs, I thought they were like 8th graders.
No, as the 20-year-old's hair was reportedly pulled, as she was pulled aside, the mother pulled out a gun on the 2 women.
Oh, then she's totally.
It was
self-defense.
loaded, but luckily there were no rounds in the chamber. As the fight quickly ended, the customers ran away to the police, and the fight was actually caught on video.
But that's what the gun's supposed to do is end the fight.
Wait, a video?
Yeah,
So
but it's not.
It's really bad. Don't play it. It's terrible.
Oh, I can't play it.
Yeah, I didn't put it in there because it's a bad video.
This is
So really, it's just a good Samaritan who is protecting her 20-year-old daughter.
Way to spin pro-gun agenda into this one.
No, this is spinning the spin.
I don't
This
think
is
you know how the
respinning.
story of the Good Samaritan goes.
I'm saying that there was a fight
This
going
is
on.
She wasn't a
This is
random
what you just said.
passerby.
She was involved in the fight. Her daughter was being attacked. She pulled out a gun, and the fight stopped. It sounds like this is exactly what that gun is supposed to do.
Well, except it
de-escalate
didn't
the
murder
situation.
anyone, so it kind of
Well, the
failed
gun
at that.
doesn't murder things, but it was self-defense. It self-defended the individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So it did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
He's
What
going to
is
get
this?
himself
Mhm.
shot one of these days.
What are you
isn't he?
talking about? Like, that is logic.
Oh my gosh, this is just an example of people that somehow
Was it-
failed the process of getting a gun permit.
I'm not saying that it was the right thing to do.
If
I'm
you're
saying it could have went a different way.
if you pull your gun out over a cat fight,
oh yeah,
like,
it's stupid.
Yeah, give the other ladies the notebook. Clearly, they need it more if they're willing to pull a 20-year-old's hair over it. They need that notebook. Just give it to them.
But doesn't that mean she needed it more because she was willing to pull a gun over
I'm
it?
just saying, like the idea of pulling a gun over school supplies
It's
in
stupid.
any reason, any fight, the fact that it escalated to a fight over school supplies already shows that the IQ level of these idiots is so freaking low that
They're in Walmart.
Well, that's just
Sorry,
mean to
that-
blanket Walmart shoppers as that.
I'm pretty sure that everyone in this room has shopped at Walmart at a time or two in their life.
But I hang my head low every time.
But I'm just saying that it's just one of those things that it's so pathetic to fight. Like where are you at that you fight with a person over school supplies
And
in
it
a
was probably
Walmart?
cheaper
Like,
on Amazon anyway. So why
a
are you even
notebook
there?
though. We're talking about a notebook.
I know, right?
A notebook.
Probably
Go to the-
spirals and
Daddy-
everything else.
Daddy says, way to spin anti-gun into this, Eric. What do you mean spin it? Jeremy was being all like overly pro-gun
I was
in this.
taking the anti-gun out of the story.
Eric's
Yeah.
fine with guns.
I own guns. I just
he does.
I'm not anti-gun. I just
he
I'm
just
very,
doesn't worship the gun.
I'm conservatively enthusiastic about guns. They are very dangerous, and
No, they're not.
taking a human life is not something that I
People
take
are
lightly.
dangerous.
Guns are incredibly dangerous, Jeremy.
No, they're
And
not. Guns do nothing.
this is the worst argument I've ever heard in my life. I don't really want to have this conversation with you right now. I know your point.
Driving a car is dangerous.
So is owning a gun. It's just as dangerous if people don't know how to be respectful.
Yeah, so people are dangerous.
I know, but that's just like owning a car isn't dangerous if you let it sit in your garage all the time. So it's the same argument. So don't try to say car. You just argued with yourself.
No, I said driving.
You did.
No,
You did.
I said driving.
You totally did.
I said driving a car is dangerous. Shooting a gun can be dangerous too. But that's the person doing the action. In
I
both
understand
cases.
that. That is
So I didn't argue with
semantics.
myself.
That is semantics,
No,
though.
that's
I
two
just-
totally different things.
All I'm trying to say is that, like, I don't. Oh, this isn't the time or place to have this conversation.
okay.
But I think guns are dangerous. Cars are dangerous in the wrong hands. There, is that better? Can we say that? Can we agree on that at least?
That is.
I'm going to say
more
if you're pulling a
accurate.
gun in Walmart over a notebook, you're probably pulling a gun over a lot of things.
All I'm just
I would
saying.
say people are dangerous driving a car or shooting a gun.
Yeah, that's what
The
I'm
gun
saying.
itself or the car itself have no danger.
But here's where your argument
A
falls
car
flat.
could blow up.
If a gun is left loaded, chambered, and it's just sitting somewhere. I mean, I get it. You are the person who's irresponsible and left it sitting out, and a small child finds it and shoots themselves or shoots somebody else.
It's tragic.
No, I'm not talking about tragedy. Screw
No, I'm
tragedy.
saying it
I'm
is.
talking about the fact that is not. That's still not. I mean, maybe that's human error, but that's not. The human didn't do anything. The gun is dangerous on
No,
its
but
own
a human
because
did do something. They
I
didn't-
know, but they didn't fire it themselves. They didn't shoot that kid.
Well, I know, but that goes.
The-
The reason I
that's-
make this distinction is because we're in this weird society where no one is willing to accept fault themselves. They would rather put that blame or fault on objects.
I
things, or other
100%
people.
agree with that statement.
So
I
that's why I get very
I agree.
aggressive on that.
No,
the
I
terminology.
understand. Individual
Yeah.
responsibility is very important, and there's
Right.
a gross lack of it in this society
Yeah.
today. And I completely
Wrong.
agree with you. But I'm just saying, for someone to say anything like to say an item is like, okay, sure, you could say this Morty, Funko Pop thing isn't dangerous, but
I
in the
could
wrong
make it
hands, you
yeah.
could make it dangerous. I could shove it down
Yeah.
your throat.
But
right
I
now.
would
Pretty
be,
much
yeah,
what
no,
I've
but
learned-
I would be dangerous with
what
it.
I have learned in
Uh-huh.
life is that
See.
almost any and everything is dangerous
No.
Yeah.
in the wrong
true.
hands.
Everything is
Almost
scary, Kyle.
Everything is
Lock
dangerous.
yourself
I'm
in the
saying
house. Don't
that's
leave your
the
home.
I think that's the opposite way of framing it.
Nothing is dangerous unless you're dumb. Is Jeremy's? Well, that's what
I mean,
he's
this
running.
pop can that I'm-
Irresponsible, dumb,
This Coke Zero can that I'm
Um,
drinking from could be very dangerous.
angry.
Yeah.
No, it can't.
It can't what?
It can't do anything. It has no fault. So danger
He's
So
saying
implies
that
you could never
that
cut
it
yourself.
has-
You could never
that-
cut yourself just
But he's
on
saying
the
that's
You could
you.
cut yourself. See, you
You're
even
missing
say
the argument.
it's
Jeremy.
me.
Jeremy.
Nathan, go ahead.
You're equating danger potential with moral responsibility, which is not what they are saying.
But this has zero danger in it. This can't do anything. Danger is like the
Danger is not an act.
It's not an act. It
Danger is a
implies
pot-
an act has to happen.
Danger is the potential of something happening. Like that, it could be.
Look.
This is dangerous.
Look,
It's not-
if I somehow wound up in a
Okay,
swamp,
Eric,
and
I get where you're coming from in that statement.
if I somehow wound up in a swamp and a snake bit me and I died from the poison would have been dangerous. Nobody would have been at fault. There's a distinction.
Why were you in the swamp?
Because swamps can be fun.
I'm just asking because I think you haven't given enough backstory to this story to imply that you weren't at fault.
Because he lives in Florida.
I mean,
There's
Jeremy,
lots of
you could
swamps.
let's say
I mean-
the same argument could be like, hey, Jeremy went out to the pool one day to go swimming, and you were just chilling on your floaty, but before your back was hurting you, and you popped a few ibuprofen, but somebody laced that ibuprofen with poison. You
Dun,
became
dun,
paralyzed
dun.
while floating on that floaty in your pool. You couldn't move. You fell off. You fell in the water and you drowned because you couldn't get out. Now, all of these things are just the perfect storm of dangerous situations. But you did nothing. There was no responsibility on you.
True, there was
for
responsibility
what?
on the person who laced the
But
drugs.
exactly. But
But you took the drugs.
You're-
Therefore, the
that's the same
responsibility
argument
is
as
on
the
you.
snake in the swamp. Like if he's just swimming, okay, whatever. He's a redneck having a good time. You can't try to like pulling
I get-
everything
so
at
it-
people.
But it goes to like, so I'm gonna make it personal for a second for me, right? So I was at the dentist the other day, and when you're waiting, and the person who's gonna clean your teeth or whatever wants to small talk, kind of like if you're at the hairdresser or you're doing something else, right?
Yeah.
Any service related thing, right?
Yeah.
And
It's never
so,
the same as that at the
So
dentist.
somehow we got talking about car accidents, and it was actually they asked me if because I was going to have a X-ray of my mouth done. They asked if I had any metal and in my body and things like that, and I was like, yeah, I've got a metal rod, a couple of bolts, and blah 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 blah. And then it got into the conversation of how did that happen, and I said, well, I was in a motorcycle accident. A car hit me, and she replied with, wow, yeah, motorcycles are dangerous, and it really kind of
Triggered you?
triggered
He
me.
got
Yeah,
triggered.
because
Okay,
I'm like, no, the motorcycle wasn't dangerous at all. The stupid lady who ran the red light with her car, she was being dangerous.
But is not the...
It was an accident. The motorcycle part of it was the accident. Her hitting me was not an accident. It was her being stupid.
But here's the
And so I got-
counter argument to that. I would argue. I was like, man, it'd be cool to have a motorcycle. But we live in a society where people are constantly staring at their phones. And when you're staring at your phone, people have kind of become used to driving by looking at their phone and being distracted, and they're used to cars, and they can see the car, and they
'Cause
can
they're
they can
big
maneuver
and
it, and they're kind of got this peripheral thing. But you know what they don't see when they're on the phone? They don't see motorcycles.
Yeah, but they didn't.
So
people
listen,
didn't see motorcycles before cell
I know,
phones.
but it's worse now. It's even worse.
Oh, absolutely.
If you've looked at the motorcycle deaths that have gone up in the past few years, it's
Definitely
skyrocketed.
gone up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So me knowing that, I go, it may never be my fault if I get into an accident, but I know the danger is higher. So therefore, me owning a motorcycle is more dangerous. So therefore, the motorcycle is
the
more
potential
dangerous.
yeah, I get
So
that.
that's why you can't have this argument that it's not. It's always responsible. Sure, but you still make a decision to do something. So then, even if it's not your fault in the accident, you still decided that you were going to do a thing. You might as well. Say, let's all lock ourselves in the house, and then something terrible would happen there. But anyways, I'm just saying,
No,
you
I
can't
agree,
have
but-
this. This argument is so based on semantics that yes, everything there is personal responsibility, but also stuff just happens, and you can't have this view of this argument of well, it's the thing
See, I guess
isn't
I
dangerous.
disagree.
And
Stuff just doesn't happen.
stuff does
It
happen.
does just happen.
Yeah.
There's always something that it can go back to, that cause an
The
effect.
Big Bang.
I say,
Okay, well
there's
played.
causality. There always is.
Yes, but
It doesn't
That-
mean that knows the end.
Yeah, but that's what
game.
I'm saying. If I chose to buy a motorcycle, that's the causality of my potential death.
Right, because
But
you
true.
know...
But so
because-
is eating French fries every day of my life
Yeah.
for the rest of my life. I mean, all these things are choices that we make, and there are personal responsibilities involved in them. But I think sometimes we like to, especially in political arenas, cherry pick things and say, well, this specific thing is not dangerous. That's not dangerous. It's the human being that's dangerous. And it's well, okay, yeah, that's a valid semantic argument, but things happen. Things happen. And until they happen to you, it's easy to say what you say, but until they happen to you, because see, here's the example. The motorcycle thing upset you, but it's if it was flipped, how would you feel? And I'm not trying to say, but how would you feel if it was your fault? Where would your stance be on it? Do you think you even have an idea of what you would feel
I
like?
would have guilt, obviously.
But I mean, if it was your fault that you got hurt, you would just feel
Yeah,
guilty.
I would
that
feel guilty, absolutely.
Okay.
But
And I would say I was stupid. I did something wrong. I got hurt. I mean, I had
the
another car
reality-
accident when I was 14. I was stupid. I flipped a Ford LTD end over end and broke my friend's arm who was in the car.
yeah,
And that was my fault.
yeah.
100%. And I talk about that story completely differently because I do accept fault.
Makes
So,
sense.
I don't know. Anyway, I just
think with the gun thing, that's such a played out argument that I've heard from Republicans that it's the guns don't do anything. It's a human. I get it. It
Teddy-
makes sense. That's a good point.
Teddy
but-
puts in kind of what I'm going at for the point. He's like, I get your argument. He's talking to you, Eric. But if you go down soccer mom, everything is dangerous, then all my freedom is taken away because of fear. And I think that's kind of my point, is how we frame things does go down the kind of road of blaming the thing, then instead of accepting responsibility.
I
Anyway.
would just like to point out that
Yeah.
in this case, it was the soccer mom who was dangerous.
Yeah.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. We all agree on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can't disagree on that
I think
one.
it's okay that
fellas.
we do that every now and then.
I think I agree.
No intelligence found.
Does he know he's dumb?
There's something seriously wrong with you.
Wouldn't want to embarrass yourself in front of your fellow perverts.
You don't deserve the air you breathe, buddy.
Here's this week's nomination for the hardest 404ing on the internet.
All right, it's that time where we nominate 404 members for the 404
Not
club.
yet.
I mean, well, yeah, we gotta like.
You know what?
Whoa, where is that coming?
What's happening?
I have
Probably
no.
some ad on your
It's
screen.
that one. That the green browser.
I think I like this.
Oh,
Did somebody redeem Dance
Oh.
Kuipers?
No,
It
that's
didn't-
not what
No,
happened.
that's
Down
not what
boy.
happened.
I don't know why it wouldn't. I don't know
They
why it
could.
wouldn't stop. Anyways, so yes, let's
It's a
see. Let's
Huffington
look at our
Post,
poll.
isn't it?
Let's look at our poll last
Anyway.
week, which
Did we update it? I don't know if anyone updated it.
It's updated.
I did it.
Good job.
Hey,
Good
Kuipers.
job, Kuipers.
And I
you
double
win
checked it.
The internet.
So from last week, there was Mom Life and Yellow Bus. And the winner with a 71% is Mom Life. 7 votes on that one. I don't remember what Mom Life
Me
was.
neither. I remember what Yellow Bus was.
Mom,
What was
life.
Yellow Bus?
That's the one where the lady on the bus threw her urine.
Oh,
at
her
the
urine.
The urine, yeah. What was the other one?
Mom
know.
Life was the one.
Apparently, it was stupider.
Mom Life is the one. It was like Thug Life.
Help us out, chat.
It was the one because that's why the joke was Mom Life, but I don't remember why she was like a thug.
Let me see if I can find it.
You can.
Oh, it's the mom that took a gun and shot it in the dressing room.
Man,
Oh, there you
so
go.
many moms with guns lately.
Yeah, what's wrong with them?
Ban moms with guns.
They're
I'm just kidding.
dangerous.
I'm kidding.
Okay, so everyone else can have guns, but if you're a mom,
Wait.
Yeah.
That was in Walmart.
Yeah.
I think that
It's
was
Walmart's
No,
fault.
that was in a mall.
that was
Oh.
Teddy said it was a Walmart, but maybe it wasn't a mall. I don't know.
I think it was a mall.
I think we blame Walmart. Walmart's dangerous.
Let's always blame Walmart. So, all right, this first one comes from Huffington Post. It says, woman on Tinder date gets stuck in window trying to retrieve her own poop.
Yeah, this one is.
You'll get it, Nathan. Just wait. Just wait.
I'm curious.
I'm still not sure that I actually read this one, and I'm still not sure I understand entirely how it happened.
I do.
No, I'll get there. All right. So earlier this week, Liam Smith, a grad student at Britain's University of Bristol, had a nice dinner with a woman he met on Tinder. The night was still young, so he invited her over to his house to drink wine and watch a documentary about Scientology. He wrote
That
on
he
a
wrote.
he wrote on
The
a
movie?
GoFundMe page.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if
The GoFundMe page is where the story came from.
right.
Originally.
So the documentary about Scientology is not what the GoFundMe was
No.
for.
Anyway.
So this is okay. The
They were,
GoFundMe.
Let's
they
get
were
to the
gonna
poop
Netflix
part.
and chill.
Yeah. So
Bring
they
on
were
the
gonna, yeah,
poop.
they were going to Netflix and chill because clearly, if they're watching a documentary about Scientology, at some point, the unidentified woman asked to use the bathroom. When she returned, he said she had a panicked look in her eye. Smith said the woman told him, "I went for a poo in your toilet, and
She
it
just
would
told
not
him.
flush."
On a first date.
Wow.
He then claims the woman confessed to reaching into the toilet bowl, wrapping the dookie in tissue paper,
You know what
and
that feels like,
throwing it
Nathan.
out of the window. You brought this story, didn't you, Jeremy?
I did.
Yeah, I can tell.
Nathan knows what that feels like. Maybe he could give us an explanation.
No.
Jeremy, would you let Kyle please finish
Can I
this?
finish the story?
Yeah, I know.
He's put on this planet for one reason.
I know. Jeremy gets so excited. He doesn't let him
when
finish.
it's his stories, he doesn't want to let me finish the story.
Oh boy, poop! I want to talk about poop.
So
Since I have to put the images together, I'm going to do this more every week, I bet. I'm going to try not to. So
Just
I'm
let him
just gonna
finish.
keep
Just let him
calling
get
you
through
on it.
Just let him get through it.
So wanting to be a gentleman, he suggested going outside together, bagging up the offending poop, throwing it away, and then pretending the whole sorry affair had never happened, he recalled. Unfortunately, the story gets crappier. Smith's bathroom window does not open to the garden, but into an 18-inch gap that is separated from the outside world by another non-opening double-glazed window. It was in this twilight zone that my date had thrown her poo, he wrote. Yeah, according to Smith, when he went to get a hammer to smash the window, his date decided to climb in headfirst to retrieve the poop herself, which she was able to do successfully. That's when they realized that she was stuck upside down. I grabbed her waist and pulled, but she was stuck. Stuck fast, Smith wrote on his GoFundMe page. Try as we might, I could not remove her from the window. She was stuck fast, upside down in the gap. At that point, he called for help. The emergency crew arrived within minutes. About 15 minutes later, the woman was free. The story might not seem to pass the sniff test at first glance. Yeah, that's a terrible pun. However, Avon Fire and Rescue, the fire company that rescued the young woman, confirmed the whole story. They rescued a woman trapped between interior and exterior glass. Firefighter Chris Crothers said that he and another rescue worker arrived. He saw that the woman was well and truly stuck with her face squashed against the glass. We often find when people are stuck, they can start to panic very quickly, and we do our best to keep them calm until we can get them free. I started chatting with her, and she told the whole story about how she had become stuck. She was quite open about the whole thing. I think that by then she had gone past the point of embarrassment. Firefighters freed the woman from the glass prison by removing beading around the edge of the window glazing, and then they carefully removed her and lowered her to her feet. Although she'd been upside down for some time with the company of a few spiders, she was absolutely fine and pleased to be
And
free,
poo.
they said.
Was she holding the poo the whole time?
It doesn't look like she's holding it in that picture.
It could hypothetically be in that hand that's up like that.
Can we
Well,
talk
that'd be
about,
that. If that's in that hand, then that's smeared up against her face.
Can we
Yeah.
talk
Let's be
about
honest.
poo consistency here?
Why?
Well,
Do we have to?
One, the poo was a floater because she had
Not
to
necessarily.
Well, she had to go in and scoop it out of water, so it at least had some additional viscosity applied to it to potentially soften the exterior of it, of the log. She wraps it in toilet paper and throws it out the window into a small space.
18 inches.
18 inches, which is low enough that she can hang upside down in it, so it's probably at least 5 feet deep. So it had some gravity drop there. No splashage or whatever you'd call it when it hits the bottom or what. And she was able to go back in and retrieve it. There's lots of...
We don't know that it didn't splash.
I'm just saying it's gross.
Well, yeah, no one was arguing that it wasn't gross.
I wasn't making an
This is
argument.
perfectly fine.
I was just saying I wanted to, make sure that was part of it.
It also goes on to say that after their first date, he did put up a GoFundMe to fix stuff, and he was going to go give anything over to charity. One that was toilet twinning. Or twining, which builds and maintains flushing toilets in developing world. He said, although their first date ended up stinking to high heaven, it hasn't swayed Smith off a potential future with his lady friend. She's a lovely girl. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm real busy with my dissertation at the moment, but I'm certainly open to seeing her again.
I think Teddy's first one is the best. Dump her.
Dump her.
That's actually really good.
Who's doing this? Kyle, you got it?
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't see Nathan moving for it.
I thought Kuipers was going to do it long term.
Is Kuipers going to do it?
Yeah,
I've also never logged into the Minute Until Twitter.
Am I doing it?
Yeah, we'll get
Kuipers,
you set up.
I got it,
put it
Kuipers.
on
Don't
your
worry
list of
about it
things
today. Yeah,
to
put
do
it
in
on
the
a list
future.
of things to talk about later. Because we're going to need you.
Okay, so we got one more nomination coming in hot here. This one comes from New York Post. This is man helps friend dig up dead grandma to steal her bling.
Yes, this grandson was hardly a gem. Puns. That's if you've got puns, it means it's 404 worthy, right?
Yeah.
No.
A Kentucky man had his granny spinning in her grave after digging her up to swipe her jewelry, according to a report. Grandson James Howard and his pal T.J. T spelled Teajay Luster were accused of digging out Emily Howard's casket 15 years after she was laid to rest at Stacy Cemetery. Judge Jude, Emily's grandson-in-law, told the station that relatives initially had no idea who would commit such a vile act. It hurts the family very much. They really weren't expecting to be part of a family that did it. They had to be in a bad mindset. Let's see here. Anybody in the right mind, I don't think would have been there digging out a grave. They would have. They put in a lot of work. It's crazy. Police said a tip led to the alleged grave diggers who confessed to trying to dig the woman out of her crypt and steal and sell her bling. They said that she had been resting in eternity without any precious metals. So the only thing in the coffin when they buried her was a porcelain doll and 6 pictures, Jude said. Even if she had a ring or 2 on, it wouldn't have been worth going through all the trouble to dig it up. They put in a whole lot of work over nothing. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like that pretty much sums it up.
Got any suggestions?
Well, looks like Kuiper suggests Rig Granny Mortis.
That was me.
That was Eric.
Oh, never mind. That was Eric.
Yeah.
Looks like Eric suggests Rig Granny Mortis.
Thank you, Nathan, for filling in the people at home on that one. Yeah, this is weird and creepy. Was
it for drugs? Did they specify? Because that
well,
seems like a drug related.
I think there were some drugs involved.
Did they say what Granny was wearing? Like how much it was even worth? Like I mean,
No, I think she was naked, so it was a real bad night for him.
I figured
No,
that'd
I'm
be
just
a
kidding.
Trevor question. What's
I think
Granny
she had clothes on.
Huh.
So yeah, they weren't even able to break into the coffin. They said, or no, the investigators said that the suspects who failed to break into the coffin were arrested Tuesday and charged with violating a grave.
I'm thinking. We need like thinking music so we can just like think for a little bit and come up with a good.
That help?
No.
That didn't actually distracted me because I just wanted to listen to it.
I thought. It was about a body, so.
No,
That's true.
I like that one.
It is about a body.
Well, since Trevor's not here, Kyle, you get a pick.
There aren't any options.
How about-
other than
Kyle, you
Granny
get a pick.
Mortis. That one was
Granny
really
Mortis.
good. No, really.
How about Exhume for Plume?
there weren't any plums in there either.
No, plume, like plumage.
How about digging for bling?
Digging for bling.
I feel like the chat's failing us right now. It's all your
Grandma's
fault.
precious jewels.
Granny's precious jewels.
Supernatural solutions.
You dig?
Gold
gold digger.
Yeah, that's good. That's a winner.
That's it.
I was gonna say that seems like that'd be too easy. The dumper and gold diggers.
Alrighty, go vote in that poll now.
Now.
It's up there at not minutes up. It's YouTube. No, it's not YouTube.
Do you want me
it's
to-
Twitter. Twitter.com/minuteup.
Do you want me to
That's
pin
where
it,
it's
or do you
Not
want me to?
right now,
Not
no.
right now.
We'll
All
take
right.
care of that later.
Oh, Kuiper's already had it ready to go. Oh, good job, Kuipers. Next week, it's all
Next
you.
week, Kuipers.
It's all you.
Kuiper's like, I can do it.
Yeah, don't do it again. Don't.
But
We don't need
don't
double
do
tweets.
that.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Leave him
So
hanging.
that was it.
Yeah,
That was it.
that was the 404 Club.
I don't know why. I was
Have an idea?
I didn't know where to turn.
Mail time! You got mail.
You can email us at iwannagetit@minuteup.com.
Well, we thought we had the sound, but
thought we were
there was
changing
no
it.
sound.
We were. It didn't work.
Some-
We're moving on, Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy.
Moving right along.
So many kinks to work out. But hey, you know what? We're trying our darndest, so just leave us alone.
Or go to Patreon.
No, don't leave us alone. You're our audience. We
All right,
like
I
you.
love
Don't
us.
leave us alone.
I don't know if this is in the. Did we get this in the email? Okay, good.
Yep.
Hey, this is the email that we got. Hey, it's complete and utter mess. Here's a story about a bunch of boozy wannabe pirates running a chance at a world record. Ruining. Sorry, read that wrong. Ruining a chance at a world record. It's all I could come up with on short notice. Thank you, complete and utter mess. I don't know if you're in the chat tonight, but thank you for sending this in.
Yeah, so we weren't email list this week.
This story, it comes from the telegraph.co.uk. It says pirates lost in the pub Scupper Penzance world record attempt.
Nathan, do you know what that sentence means?
Hang on, I'm looking at it.
Okay. It says that an attempt by Penzance, I'm guessing that is the location, to beat the world record for 14,000 pirates in one place failed after a group accidentally stayed in the pub and missed the count. The Cornish town has been trying to claim the Guinness World Record for several years, having lost it to Hastings in 2013, but they will be forced to try again next year after missing out on the title by just a few on Sunday. Organizers blamed the miss in part to groups of pirates who did not leave their local pub in time to be counted.
They can only do this once a year?
Apparently. I mean, it's a big deal to get the Guinness Book of World Records to show up, right?
Sure.
I don't know if it's that hard.
I mean, they got
We could
scheduling
probably
to
do
do.
it.
There's a lot of records.
That
There's a
sounds
lot
like
of
something
things.
we should plan, Eric.
I think so.
Get the most men in a single tub.
Now, here's the thing. Oh, that would be good. I think we should leave it to our audience to say what Guinness World Records should we do? Is there one for most men in a tub? I don't know. What, Nathan?
I have a guess as to what this is trying to say. I think Penzance is the name of the pirate team, named after the musical Pirates of Penzance. And I think a pub scupper is like a competitive pub crawl.
I think that Penzance is a location because there's a mayor of Penzance described in here. So,
anyways, well, thank you, complete and utter
you're
mess.
Right. There's a Penzance Town Council. Okay.
Complete and utter mess.
Okay,
Thank
so
you.
I'm not entirely sure what a pub scupper is.
For sending that in. It looks like the record for most men in a tub is set at 87.
dang.
We don't.
We need some friends.
I thought that was different.
We don't have access to that many men.
Wait. No.
Oh, that's a tub with rattlesnakes.
No.
Yeah, that's snakes in a
No.
tub. That's snakes in a
No.
tub.
I'm tired of all these Monday to Friday snakes in this Monday to Friday plane.
Tub. Anyways.
Yeah, that's
I don't
not
think they're-
one that we're gonna try and do.
I don't think there is.
All right,
There's
well-
most men hot tubbing in a truck bed. I don't know if we're redneck enough.
Can
for
we do that? Do we know anyone that has a hot tub they can fit in their truck bed?
No, I think you just
No,
put a
that's- you
tarp
just put a
in.
tarp in and
and
fill
then
with
you
water.
Fill with water.
Yeah, and then every time you turn a corner, the water comes out. I may or may not have been in a truck bed tub in my younger years at least once.
Do you have a tarp that we could put in your truck?
Yeah, but
Let's do it.
I have a small 5-foot bed.
That's the closer the merrier, right?
The tub
They
or
had
the
21
bear.
people. That's
All right, this is the part of the show where we want.
Wait. We didn't announce another thing that we've got.
Oh yeah, you want to do that? Or you want me to do that?
Yeah, I can do it.
what if I
We've
wanna
got a
do it?
voicemail now.
I forgot.
We've got a voicemail.
I forgot, Kyle.
So we want you to
Thank
call
you for
us.
remembering, Kyle.
You're welcome.
I forgot.
I don't know why your voice is
Oh,
like that. It's something.
Is that the original Mickey?
It's Mickey Mouse.
That sounds like drunk Mickey.
I'm drunk. Oh, I see. I don't like being happy all the time. Me. Disneyland's a lie. This is just a terrible place.
Walt's a racist.
You know what I think about Minnie?
I'm an animal. I shouldn't have to wear pants.
I think we might be related. I mean, we have the same last name.
We have the same father. I'm sure it's fine, though. I'm sure. But that's only because of the whiskey.
But if you think about mice, I don't think.
How long has
Heritage-
Donald been in the Navy? I get a lot of shore leave.
That Donald gets to wear. He doesn't have to wear pants, but I do. Ha! Someone give me another drink.
Let's get to the voicemail, please. Oh, voicemail.
Gosh, are you not liking this?
No, I'm enjoying it too much. That's the problem.
All right, yeah. So we've got a voicemail number. It is a number that has an area code. It's not an 800 or an 888. It's 475 Tub Call.
That's what you dial.
475 Tub Call.
And you leave us a voicemail.
So that's a 882-2255 if you don't have the letters on your numbers, but
Who ain't got the
who
letters
ain't got the letters on their numbers?
The letters on their numbers. All right, 475 Tub Call. Leave us a voicemail.
Yes, and
All
then maybe you'll appear on the tub.
Yeah.
In voice fashion.
475 Tub Call. All right, now's the time of the show. Now is really the time of the show.
It's the time.
We want to thank all of our Patreon peeps. These are the people that make this possible, make us feel good about ourselves by putting a little bit of money in our PayPal account every month. These names you see in bright and shining coral are from the co-producers. That's $10 level or higher. These kind souls donate money on a monthly basis through Patreon. That's patreon.com/minuteatub.
Yes.
We try to reward them as best as we can, but what we give them is never really enough because their generosity warms our hearts. So thank you very, 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 very much for continuing to do that to all of our co-producers and anybody who even is at the lower level, below $10. We appreciate you just as much.
If your heart is warmed for more than 4 hours, consult a doctor.
Please follow Nathan's rules.
Yes.
So no, we do want to thank everybody who is a patron. A patron, just kidding, a patron. No, but thank you, thank you.
I love that stuff.
All right, drunk Mickey, it's enough. Get out of here. Go home to Minnie, and work it out. Okay?
I'm not going home to my sister.
So well, an incestual Disney alternative.
Mincest.
That's what people
I mean, mice are, though.
come.
Did you
to the
say
tub.
mincest? I did.
Yep. It's not a Tubcast until we discuss the
proclivities of Disney.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. It's been a real swell time.
I need to hit some music, don't I?
I have enjoyed myself, and I'm very excited for y'all to come back Wednesday night for our first episode of The Loop. We should
Tell
play
your
that.
friends. Tell them it's awesome before you even know it's awesome.
Let's play the ad one more time. I like this ad. Let's watch it one more time.
Say, you ever hear of The Loop? It's a talk show about video games. For crying out loud, I'm not going to watch, but you should. Now get out of here.
All right, thanks everybody. Be sure to tune in Wednesday night 9 p.m. Central Standard Time for The Loop. And then the Tubcast will be back on Thursday night at 9 p.m. We love you all. Kisses. Mwah. Ha-ha. Good night, kitty Kales.
Bye, guys.
Good night, Oliver. Good night, everyone.
Oh,